So let's dive right into today's Careerology card pull. Now, I've already done the pre-shuffle, and the card that came up today is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this card is all about mastery and being diligent. So in terms of your career, this type of energy is tapping into developing your skills in your career and being dedicated and refining what you already have. Okay, so what I want you to do is to ask yourself, what expertise can you broaden and, enhance basically. So from a work point of view, this shows up in a couple of different ways. It could be maybe your portfolio needs to be updated. If you are creative, you should always be updating your portfolio, even if you're like in tech as well, a web developer, a data analyst, data scientist, graphic designers, all of those type of people should always be updating their portfolio with their latest project, okay? Because it shows the employer that you're actively building on your skills. Another way is through your resume. Now, you might have made a recent accomplishment on the job. Maybe you were recognized for a specific task. Maybe you helped them save money or you helped them come up with a process that streamline, the outcome. So these are things that you want to include on your resume. Now, speaking of that, once you update your resume, you should always be updating your LinkedIn profile as well. Okay, because those two should be in sync. And the reason being is that a lot of recruiters are on LinkedIn specifically looking for people to fill those positions that they're hiring. So you want to make sure that whatever information you put on your resume, you also update it in your LinkedIn profile as well. And the other aspect, I should say, of updating things and broadening your mastery comes with skills. Okay, so this is the time to actually start learning something new. You might be at a standstill in your career where you're kind of feeling a little flat, but you don't know where to go next. So one way to be recognized for your expertise is to actually upgrade your skills, and that can be done through YouTube tutorials, or it could be through Udemy or maybe LinkedIn. They have a lot of great courses that you can get the actual certificate through LinkedIn as well. And then there's Coursera. There's so many different avenues, depending on how much money you want to spend. Those options are out there. So the whole point of this card, the Eight of Pentacles, is all about putting in the time to master your craft. Okay. It doesn't happen overnight, of course. You just keep building on top of whatever expertise you already have. So, for example, if you take a course and then you just leave it at that, it's hard to retain the things that you've learned. So I always say, as a rule of thumb, whatever I learn, I want to apply it right away. Okay, whether it's through a project or, implementing it in what I do on a daily basis. So that's part of the mastery, okay? Being dedicated to learning something new and also being diligent and not giving up until you actually master it, okay? And all of these improvements will definitely help you either get a job or get a promotion, okay? So it doesn't have to be you looking for a new job. It could be maybe you're looking to grow where you're at already. So you want to make sure that you constantly take on the lifelong learner attitude. All right. So, in terms of the skill mastery, how this all ties in together, and I'm just going to wrap it up with this, is no matter what you learn, don't think you have to learn it really fast. Okay. It's not a quick sprint to the finish line. Some things take months, if not years, to learn extensively. So, you want to make sure that you give yourself that grace so you know how to actually do what it is that you learned. I always say, whatever you learn, put it into practice, whether it's just on your own or actively on the job. All right. That way, the more you do it, you become a master at it. All right. So that's it for today in terms of the card pull, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Now, if you have any comments, any suggestions, and if you'd like to see the link to my Careerology cards, all of that is in the bottom. In the meantime, remember that whatever energy you put out has a way of coming back to you. So keep it positive.